Hello, everyone. My name is Tina Sophie Nielson, and I'm a senior at UTIGB. This documentary is about the effects of supplement intake on both aerobic and anaerobic performance, and more in depth, it's on how pre-workouts, BCAAs, fat burners, creatine, and protein intake both affect aerobic and anaerobic performances. So to begin with, there's a lot of different supplements out there, and oftentimes producers make unrealistic claims, so it's very hard to know which supplements are actually helpful and which are not. And also, it's important to understand which supplement is for which type of workout. So there's two different types of workouts: aerobic and anaerobic. Um, Aerobic performance is also referred to as cardio, and it's means involving air, and it's for endurance exercises. And examples for those are walking, jogging, biking, rowing, and swimming. And anaerobic performance um, includes activities with short and intense bursts of energy, and it means not involving air. And so examples for that are sprinting, weightlifting, rope jumping, and high intensity interval training, also referred to as HIIT.
Hello, my name is Alyssa Trevino, and today I'll be presenting my part on this 30-page essay on pre-workouts. So, what is pre-workout? Pre-workout is another word for a range of bodybuilding supplements that is used by athletes or powerlifters to enhance their athletic performance. It is used to increase energy, focus, and endurance when working out. There are different forms to take pre-workout, such as capsules, powder, which is most commonly used, or canned drinks such as energy drinks. The main ingredients found in pre-workout are caffeine, beta-alanine, citrulline, creatine, taurine, and B12. Study number 1. This study elaborates on the main ingredients that are inside pre-workouts and the effects it has on a person. Many people take pre-workouts to enhance their performance, boost energy, and create focus during their trainings. The certain combinations of ingredients has proven to improve resistance training specifically, which those ingredients that are in pre-workouts have an effect on anaerobic performance. The main ingredient that creates the most effect on anaerobic performance is caffeine in this supplement. Study number 2. This experiment found that there was no significant effect on consuming pre-workout on 5K race, either in the performance or the fatigue each individual perceived. Previous investigations showed a favorable effect of consuming pre-workout for anaerobic activities, but there was not much information about this effect for aerobic activities. The hypothesis of an improvement on 5K race time with consumption of pre-workout was not proven. This can be due to training level of the subjects, the intensity of the exercise bouts, or the ingredients of the pre-workout. The findings in this study may be due to the insufficient amount of ingredients, caffeine, beta-alanine, or arginine on the pre-workout.
Hello guys, my name is Hernandez. I'll be presenting the BCAA section of our project. So what exactly are BCAAs? They are branched chain amino acids, which are part of the 9 essential amino acids found in the body. Only 3 are considered part of BCAAs though, which are leucine, isoleucine, and valine. Their function are to primarily be used for an increase in muscle growth, reduction in muscle soreness and fatigue, and enhancement of exercise performance. Leucine is considered the amino acid with the best impact on the body's capacity to build muscle proteins through protein synthesis, whereas isoleucine and valine are most effective for blood sugar level regulation and producing energy. the first study, they did the effects on time to exhaustion by Martinez and Sanchez, consisted of 21 amateur male runners with an average age of 35.3. These individuals were given either a placebo or crossed over 500 milliliters of watermelon juice, which in this case was used as citrulline supplementation, 120 minutes before exercise. Were made to run a half marathon trial and complete a vertical jump test before and after the run. Martinez and Sanchez determined that it did not improve completion times or perceived exertion rates compared to those who took the placebo. However, the watermelon juice reduced plasma lactate levels, maintained the vertical jump height even after the run, and reduced their soreness. Along with the other studies, it was determined that a single dose of L-citrulline does not show to improve endurance performance and the time to exhaustion exercise performance. Similarly, its effects on high intensity exercise performance increased when acute explosive power exercises were completed.
Hello everyone, my name is Lily and today we're going to be talking about fat burners. So a fat burner is a different type of ingredient, but is primarily made. The one we're going to preferably choose or talk about today is caffeine. And with caffeine, it affects the performance of the central and peripheral mechanisms in the body, which change the effort and pain perception. With that also, we can see that there are some studies that link athletic performance and mood enhancing with the intake of fat burning. So with the first study we're going to be talking about is with Dr. King, who did a caffeine mouth rinse with 10 active males, and each what they did was they took a control and those who were taking the caffeine, and they did a 2% solution, and with that they had them take a cycloergometer test where they measured the RPE, heart rate, and overall power output. So from there, after the test was completed, they noted that there was actually no correlation between the control and those who took caffeine. So in this study, there was no clear correlation between positive performance in anaerobic and anaerobic performance and the intake of caffeine. Now we're going to be talking about creatine, and with creatine, it is a natural occurring present in muscles, and from there it helps with the production of energy when you're doing strenuous activities like lifting and high intensity workouts. It's very similar to the chemistry of amino acids, and it is you can use glycine and arginine, and that's what it's made out of. With phosphocreatine stocks, it is increased as you supplement. So the more that you supplement yourself with creatine, the more likely that the phosphocreatine stocks will go up and help you. And it is the kind of stored energy in the cells that aids in production of ATP. It is a high energy molecule. So with more ATP and creatine in your body, the more likely you can do more things. Now with this other study that we're talking about done by Dr. SK, they did a Wingate test on their subjects to see if this would affect them while taking a creatine supplementation. So they took 11 students and had them do an ICT test and then a Wingate test before and after the creatine ingestion. And these subjects took 5 grams of creatine 4 times a day for 5 days. And after the 48 hours, they took the second round of tests. And from the comparison of before supplementation and after supplementation, they noted that there was a clear improvement for those who were supplementing, and there was a higher increase in overall output of work between the first and second bouts for the students who supplemented with creatine. Now to protein. Proteins are well-known parts of our diet, and they are made of different connected amino acids. And overall, there's 2 different types of protein sources, animal and plant protein. And they have different functions in the body, like enzyme and protein synthesis, transfer of nutrients through the body, hormone production, maintaining fluid balance, acid-base balance, and both growth and tissue maintenance. But next to those basic functions, proteins play a major role in recovery. In fact, there's been multiple studies that show that post-exercise protein intake helps the body in glycogen restoration and muscle damage repair. And there's also more studies that show that um, the consumption of protein right before sleeping boosts the recovery even more because the body does the main part of its recovery after exercise during sleep. And the International Society of Sports Nutrition did multiple studies on the effect of protein on athletic performance. And one of them showed that protein does not immediately impact endurance performance, but over a long time, it can have an impact. And another one tested the how protein, if doing exercise, affects the performance. And so consumption of carbohydrate beverages to which protein is added can suppress creatine kinase for up to 12 to 24 hours post exercise, and it decreases muscle soreness in the athlete. And another study showed that if protein is consumed regularly over a longer time period next to anaerobic exercise, that it increased muscle strength as well as muscle mass. So looking at all the different studies, we come to the conclusion that protein plays a major role in overall anaerobic and aerobic performance, but protein does not immediately boost athletic performance. It more plays a big role in recovery. So that means that if protein is taken for a longer time period next to working out, it can increase muscle mass and muscle strength, and that leads to a higher anaerobic performance as the athlete can um, lift heavier and increase repetitions. And this increase in muscle strength also can cause an increase in aerobic performance since the body is stronger and the muscles are more prepared for the exercise.
Okay, so tell me about yourself, Amanda.
Okay, so I am 21. I am a student slash personal trainer.
What experiences do you have as a professional in your field right now, like as a personal trainer?
So I've been a personal trainer since November, so for a couple months. So November, December, January, February, March. Right now, so it's been maybe 4 months since I got my certificate.
When you take these products, do you notice any change in performance?
Definitely, and it's not just whenever I take it, like it all depends on the factors around when you take it. So I think it honestly really depends on like your mindset for the day. But like regardless, when you're taking the pre-workout, you have to it's like you just have to be in the right mindset. You have to be happy, you have to be ready, you have to be just present. You can't just take pre-workout and expect your whole body to depend on it, you know?
Okay, do you like taking supplements? And if you do, which one do you recommend over the other? So necessarily like pre over protein or BCAAs over protein, like.
One of the way that I would probably rank them is pre-workout is one of the best ones. I'm already on that wave right now. And then I would go into the greens, and then I would go into protein because I guess it also really just depends on your goals. Like,
do you think there is one supplement that affects both aerobic and anaerobic performance more than the other? So like
fat burners for sure. I think fat burners will help you with cardio so much. That helps you out with cardio, with aerobic performance way more than strength training, way more than weightlifting, way more than any kind of
weights or anything like that. So
Thank you so much, Amanda. That concluded our interview.